hold in yourself that you feel that I am the one who is responsible, who is accountable, and who is, who is the owner of this, task or this process or this project that you and that I'm doing. If that is something that you have a sense of feeling accountability in you, I think that's when you can excel in leadership even at the start. So going back to the same, to answer your question, it is not important that you should have a set of people under you. Even with the people you work with, you can lead them.
Okay, thank you. What skills do you think differentiate an average graduate from an exceptional one in today's competitive market?
If you ask me, as I have mentioned in one of the previous questions, I think one of the most important things is soft skills, which we go back and check. Plus, thinking skills is something which, again, brings me back to a lot of things and correlate. Because if you are able to think well, you would be able to do well. Just giving one example here, recently, while I was interviewing people, in terms of questions, we go back and ask about, let's say, which application do you use the most on your phone? If you say, hey, I use Instagram or I use Spotify, then you should be ready with the questions related to that. For example, I tend to ask, okay, tell me any three features which you think should be there in Instagram or Spotify, which is not there right now. So in the next 30 seconds, if you are able to think and answer that question, great. If you're not able to answer, reject it. So the only idea is think, and that's what will help you.
Okay, thank you. Internships often don't match students' dream domains. How should students make the best out of them?
That's a great question. Thanks for asking that. In fact, that is something that I wanted to put across. Uh, See, there are two ways to look at this. One, I am looking for an internship or a job. And second, I am looking for a dream internship or a dream job. These are two distinct or two different things. My suggestion is there is nothing called a dream job or there is nothing called a dream internship. The idea is to first get an internship and understand if that is something that excites you or not. Since I mentioned before, you reading a subject in your college or just reading the theoretical part of any subject will not help you understand if that excites you or not. You practically doing it at certain internship or certain job, that's when you will realize that, okay, this is something that is exciting and this is something which is boring. And accordingly, you can think about your dream job.
Okay, yes, yes. Mm, as a corporate trainer yourself, how important do you think continuous learning and certifications are for students?
I would say extremely important. Extremely important. Because if you are in the market and if you are not upskilling yourself, if you are not growing in terms of learning and development, you will not be one of those people who can compete with the current market. So if I look at the market trend, the market is extremely competitive. And if you really want to give a tough shot at this market, you have to be competitive. And that's what you can do by achieving more certifications, applying what you have learned from different courses, and then probably proving or justifying your experience and exposure.
Okay, thank you. What role does networking play in shaping the career of students, and how can we start building it while still in college?
That is something which I would say is very important. Again, I think for all the questions, I'm saying this is very important. But personally, this is very important because if you have a good network, you would be able to sustain through in the market. And if you ask me how do I market myself or how do I manage my network, first thing is LinkedIn. LinkedIn helps a lot. Right now, people might think that okay, I don't know why Rishi is saying this. LinkedIn is just a waste of time, but it's not. If you know how LinkedIn or the approach of LinkedIn, you will really be so much interested. There is another website called coffeemug.ai. Now, that's another website which I use a lot to mentor people and even to get mentorship. Sometimes when even I get stuck at certain places, of course, I'm not a god. So sometimes when I am stuck at certain things, even sometimes when I need certain answers, probably the first thing I do is to call my professors. The second thing is to go back and check coffeemug.ai or LinkedIn. If I am able to get through my answers, great. Because that's how I have learned, and I know how to possibly, look up for all the answers. So in short, networking is extremely important.
Okay, thank you. With your vast experience in project and program management, what future opportunities do you see for young graduate in this field?
A lot of opportunities, actually. So project management is about a lot of things. Let's say if you are interested in construction, let's say if you're interested in technology, or let's say business management, in all the areas, we have project managers, program managers who are managing a huge volume of projects. And it is not about the fact that what kind of background you have, but it's about what kind of skill sets you have, if you can manage these projects or not. So if you are able to manage, great. And looking at the future scope of project management, I think it has very high scope in India as well as abroad as well.
Okay, thank you. How can freshers showcase leadership potential in their resumes or interviews when they have little corporate experience?
With little corporate experience, first, as I mentioned, we wouldn't expect somebody to have a real exposure of managing people under them, but we would expect the team management kind of thing where you would know how to be a player in the team. For example, if I ask you, hey, let's say you are in an interview and ask you, example, if you have like 10 tasks, how would you manage if you have low bandwidth? Of course, you would talk to your team members. If there are people who are struggling with tasks, you should help. So, questions related to these are the ones which we would expect you to know, because this is where we would check your leadership skills as a team member or a team player.
Okay, thank you. You have been a freelance trainer as well. What role do certifications or additional training play in shaping a strong career profile today?
Very important, I would say. See, the point is there are two reasons why I go back and do so many certifications. One is to upskill myself, and second is to upskill people. So the idea is one, first I would learn things and then I will start teaching you and I will charge you. I will make money that way. So that's the
Okay,
idea. A simple funda.
that's really smart. Okay. Industries are moving fast forward, AI driven solution. How can students prepare themselves to remain employable in this changing environment?
Uh, Another good question. So I don't know, right now a lot of people are talking about AI replacing humans. In fact, I've seen it a lot in a lot of newspaper articles and Instagram videos as well. But if you ask me personally, if you have a role that you are into, and that is a strategic role where your thought process is involved, decision making is involved, that's when I don't think your job is in a is unsafe. You would be very much safe. However, if your job is something which is a direct role where after this is to be done, after this is to be done, that's when, if we have the hierarchy of task which is fixed, that's possibly where AI can be a game changer. But overall, I have a very strong feeling that, in fact, in my teams also, I employ a lot of AI tools here. So I have not reduced the number of people in my team. In fact, I believe that humans plus AI can perform way better than either could do alone.
Okay, thank you. What advice would you give to students who want to explore in entrepreneurship versus those who want to build corporate careers?
I don't want to dishearten anyone with my answer, but I would say, I mean, because I really don't want to be too direct, but if you have the right product fit, I mean, in terms of service or in terms of the real product, if you have
No.
it, go for it, entrepreneurship. If you do not have any such idea, do not waste your time and money in planning a business, because already there are so many startups that has gone down, and I don't want to see anybody from DSPs especially failing.
Okay. When it comes to choosing between a startup and a corporate role, what should freshers keep in mind?
Okay, so I have worked in both kinds of atmosphere, startup and corporate life. I would say within a startup, you get a lot of tasks. So even at night, 1 a.m., you might get a call to do something while you are sleeping. But in corporate, that is not something that's going to happen. In corporates, we have a streamlined work-life balance where, not literally streamlined, but a bit of work-life balance is there. But startups, your life is here. You would be working and you are expected to work 24 by 7 with multiple roles, with lesser pay package as well sometimes. And a lot of times there are a lot of salary delays. But if you would ask me about exposure and learning, I think if you are looking at exposure and learning, you should join a startup and not a corporate company. But if you are about a stable job, go ahead with a corporate job.
Okay, thank you. Do you think global exposure or international projects are necessary for faster career growth today?
No, I don't think in that fashion because any project, be it something that happens inside India or be it an international project, I think both adds a lot of value to your resume or your CV. It's because if you are able to, in a real life, we go back and check the worth of the project. For example, in how many billions or millions your project was, or probably the kind of risk that you were involved in terms of managing the project or the program. That's what we check, and not specifically on which country was it involved with.
Okay, thank you so much. How should students deal with their fear of rejection during interviews or and placements? Sorry.
Oh, to answer that question, I have a very nice instance. So my first company was Concentrics, which was my dream company back then. It is still my dream company actually. I got rejected, and I'm saying this on live on camera. I got rejected from Concentrics 6 times. And at my seventh interview, I got shortlisted. So I don't think you should stay back when you get rejection. I think that's something you should take very much positively, learn on because if you are smart enough, you would know where you went wrong. So if you know where you went wrong, possibly work on those areas and improvise, reapply, and prove them wrong. And that's exactly what I did. So that's what I suggest.
Okay, thank you. You have experience bridging people, processors, and performance. How can students learn this balance early in their career?
Uh, Again, with me also, it came with exposure and experience. This will also come with everyone with experience. But if you ask me, always understand that people are the first thing that you have to focus on. If people are there, process automatically you will get in the right way. I mean, it's just about how you deal with the people. And if people and process both are good, performance is always there. So your first shot should always be on people and not on process.
Okay, okay, thanks so much.
Okay.
Mm, what is single most important quality recruiters are looking for in today's freshers graduate?
Problem solving and
Okay,
thinking skills.
okay. You often say progress matters more than perfection. How can this philosophy be practically applied for by students who fear failure? Should I repeat?
Okay, to answer that, I think perfection is a myth. That's what I feel. Nobody's perfect. If you ask me, every day I make so many mistakes. And that's how I've learned. I've come to this position. And I, in fact, encourage people in my team to make mistakes. Even if when I know that, okay, this is something that they are going wrong with, I would let them do it so that they do it and then, probably fall and then realize that, okay, this was wrong. So that is how possibly you can do and probably learn because that's how I learned. That's how the whole industry learns.
Okay, thank you. Today's workplace often demand multitasking. Do you think multitasking improves efficiency or does it dilute focus and quality?
Uh, Multitasking, as per me, if you ask me, it's a myth. There is I mean, nothing called multitasking. If you tell me that, hey, I can multitask, you are a reject in terms of if I'm interviewing you. Because if you ask me, it's ideally juggling between two tasks and not multitasking. For example, me talking to you right now and possibly chatting at the same time, or reading another email at the same time. My focus is only at one place. Either I'm talking to you, that's when I'm focused, or while I'm reading the email, that's when I'm focused. So this is what I'm juggling between two different things, that is you and my email, but not multitasking. So when people tell me that hey, that they can multitask, that's not something that is true.
Okay, thank you so much. As someone who has managed global teams, what culture or communication barriers do you think Indian students should prepare for when working internationally?
Uh, Respecting culture and DNA is something which I think is extremely important when you are working with global teams. For example, when I say respecting cultures, you would know for a fact that there would be people across different globe or different countries, different religion, different caste, with different backgrounds, etc., with different color as well. A lot of times we call, foreign people with different names. Do not judge them at all because on camera or while you're communicating with them, they can sense everything. Even if I am talking to you right now, if I have any kind of feeling for about you, you would sense it. So at the same time, even they could. So you making fun or you having a judgment about them would impact. So my first suggestion would be never judge anyone, be it from any global area. The second thing is uh, understanding their culture is amazing if you know about it and appreciate that. Even in terms of diversity and inclusion, sometimes a lot of times we realize that people are from LGBTQ community and we tend to make fun of them, and that is something extremely horrible. So ideally respect them as humans, and yeah, that's about it. That's when you can manage the global teams.
Okay, thank you. You mentioned systems create scale, but people create value. How
Correct.
can students practically apply this when they are just starting out?
Okay. So funny, but I should share this. I treat my employees, I mean my team members, as my kids. So not literally like my kids, but if I'm going for a break, I'm gonna take them on the break with me. On Friday, sometimes I order pizza or burgers for them, and this is not to not to showcase that I am your manager, but this is just to showcase that, hey, I'm a friend. I am your friend. And that's what I try to do with all the teams that I have ever worked for. With this, I have realized that I was able to successfully manage people in the right way. Once you are able to manage people in the right way, your processes would automatically be systematic the way you want. So, of course, out of 10 people, if you ask me, two would hate, two would backbitch about me, and I'm absolutely fine about it. But I know for a fact that one fine day, even they would tell me that, "Hey, Rishi, thank you so much for, doing what you were doing." So yeah, that's about it.
Thanks so much for your advice. Many students believe project management is only about deadlines and tasks. How would you explain its deeper connection to leadership and strategy?
Great question. So it is a myth that project management is only about tasks or etc. It is actually about the money, the cost, the budget, the quality of task, the kind of people that you are working with, the risk that is involved, the issues that are involved, the task that is there, uh, and a lot of dependencies, etc., etc. So, saying that it is involved only with tasks, I think that's like, that's not the right thing to say about project management. It includes a lot of things.
Okay, thank you so much. With AI automating so many business processes, do you think traditional roles like project managers could lose relevance in the future?
Maybe possible, maybe not. That depends on the kind of project that they are working for or the kind of process that they are working for. But mostly, I feel that together AI and humans can perform even better, as I've mentioned before, that either one can do.
Okay, thank you. What's the biggest leadership mistake you have seen young professionals make, and how can students avoid repeating it?
Being bossy. So I have seen a lot of Gen Z people. So there are three Gen Zs in my team who recently got promoted, and I've noticed that that once after their promotion they have become extremely bossy. Right after their promotion, they have changed, and of course this happens with a lot of people. So this is something that all the people should understand, including the freshers. In today's world, you cannot be bossy with people. if there are a lot of options for the companies, trust me, there are a lot of options for people as well. So that is something you always should keep in mind.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
How do you balance empathy with performance when leading teams, especially when deadlines are tough?
Uh, it's just the personal chemistry with the team, my rapport building with the team, not just me. In fact, any reporting manager would do that. Possibly in terms of whenever they need leaves, I, without asking the reason, approve it. I mean, of course, when you work a lot, you deserve leaves as well. But at the time when I need somebody or the business needs you, your availability is expected. This is something that we go back and clear all the employees that work under us that, hey, whenever we need you, your availability should be there. And whenever you need leave, we will approve it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
You have often worked in high pressure, complex projects. What strategies helped you remain resilient and keep your team motivated?
The first thing is being a people manager instead of the word project manager. Because if you can be a people manager, your projects will automatically be managed by the people in the right way.
Okay,
That is one. Second, rapport building is extremely important. Your way of communication, your way of handling things and dealing with situations is something that reflects what kind of person you are. And accordingly, people will either trust you or distrust you. So, even with clients, the same happens. So, if you are able to manage the trust factor between people, great.
okay, thank you so much.
Okay.
In your experience, does strong technical knowledge outweigh soft skills, or do you believe the reverse is true for long-term success?
Again, that depends. If you are a fresher, I think soft skills would have more weightage in your resume. But if you are somebody who's experienced, I think that's when we would go back and check functional or technical skills more. But again, your soft skills are extremely important because if you lack soft skills, you are definitely a reject even if you are bad, even if you're great at tech skills. But if you are bad with technology and great with soft skills, your your probability of you getting hired is more because we can, or any company would train you on the technology, but training on soft skills is something which would be a bit time consuming. So companies would expect you to have the soft skills within you from start.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir, for such a wonderful session and for sharing your invaluable insights with us. Your whole journey is truly inspiring, and it's really good to see you at this platform. Now, if anyone wants to ask questions, please go ahead.
So for that, first we have to unmute the mics of everybody so that they can ask questions. Because if they are not co-host, they cannot ask question. Then there is no point inviting them to ask questions. Where is Ishita?
Okay. Now the session.
Tanisha, I'm asking where is Ishita?
I don't know, sir.
Then when you have muted all the mics, how will they ask
Yes, sir.
questions?
Hello, am I audible, sir?
You are one hand is asking all the questions, other hand nobody can ask question. And you're saying thank you, thank you. Is that how we conduct a session?
Sir,
No,
I have
sir.
been trying to speak, but I was not audible.
Ishita, what I'm saying is that session is open for questions and answers. Allow
Yes,
people to unmute their mic and ask
sir.
questions to Rishi.
Okay, sir.
As simple as that. And is that also a challenge with you?
Sir, I'm saying that I have opened the forum for all the audience. Now, audience can ask any questions if they want in this one.
Rishi, what does this enterprise technologies do? Or you are in enterprise technologies as a consultant?
I am heading this department, sir. So, we have a lot of products that we give to either retail people or partners or enterprise. So, I'm heading the enterprise vertical where we sell the products to them, and then we also support, uh, whenever needed.
So which is this company? Because enterprise technologies, there is no company which exists by the name enterprise technology.
No, no,
Only
this is the name of the department. The name of the company is eMudra Technologies,
which one?
eMudra Limited.
E-Mudra.
Yeah,
Okay, you are with E-Mudra.
yeah,
Okay, okay. The one who handle taxes and all these kind of things, right?
correct, correct. PAN
But
card
it was not
processing.
mentioned anywhere in the announcement today.
I think that was shared in my resume as well. That was not a part of the question too.
In fact, in your announcement, it is also mentioned that uh, you are an advocate of agile methodology.
Agile methodology, yeah. I am a very strong
Not
advocate.
agile, agile, AHILE. You see
Is
the
it?
announcement?
My bad. I'll check that. It's
No, no, no,
agile.
not your bad. And I understood that there are only two technologies, waterfall and agile, and it's
True,
actually agile, right?
true, true.
Okay, you are with eMudra and doing handling B2B accounts.
Correct.
Okay. And what is the employee size which you handle there?
Sorry.
What is the employee size you handle there?
I am handling 50 plus right now.
50%. What is the size of the people in the organization?
Around 400, 4 to 500.
400. Okay. And what kind of technologies you work on in
I
enterprise
am not
level?
a tech person. I am mostly into sales and service. So we
Hmm.
provide the services to the enterprise companies that are associated or partnered with us.
Okay. Can we have a sort of and your office is in Gurgaon, right?
No, Mangalore.
Bangalore. Yes, you're right. You're right. The captive center is in Bangalore.
Right.
Can we work out a model between eMudra and DSPSR?
I was about to call Mukta ma'am, sometime this week. We are about to plan something similar. We'll do it.
So where you give us the required skill sets which you hire at entry level, we train them and
Okay.
we take them up to a level, and all that is our cost. And then you choose among them whom you like or not like.
Right. So we are planning to do something similar. Again, I will get in touch with Mudra. Sorry, I will get in touch with the college very soon.
Okay. So you should get in touch with Professor Mahesh, not Dr. Mukta, because Dr. Mukta is into academics. This project is handled by CRC. So
Okay.
either Dr. Mahesh or Dr. Ajay Kumar Singh or myself or the CRC head is the one,
Sure.
because we have a tie-up with a company called Perfect Skills.
Okay.
We won't be upskilling the students; they will do it for you.
Got it.
So they will do the requirement gathering, which you do mapping, which you call mapping, right?
Mm-hmm.
They will do the mapping. They will develop the curriculum. They will train the students, and then we will put them across to you for placements.
Sure. I'm actually trying to develop a team in Delhi. So
Okay.
maybe that's when I will.
No, even Bangalore people can travel. I mean, today if somebody says that he will not go for a job in Bombay or Bangalore or Hyderabad, I think he's a fool of the first order. I mean, people
Got it.
travel for jobs, right? I have traveled always for jobs. I have traveled to places like Vietnam, Kenya, Chicago. You can't say no to
True.
career opportunity. I think
True.
Shivang has a question. Shivang, please go ahead with your question. Shivang,
Yeah, thank you, sir. So, Rishi sir, I was asking that the main thing like HR and marketing students need for placements and internships, one of the main things is network. So, one question I had, since many of the previous sessions also, I have tried to ask this to everyone.
Okay.
How can we as students make two-way networks? Because, for example, on LinkedIn, so if you're trying to ask something or we are trying to get a favor from someone, how can we ourselves create value in ourselves so that the
Right.
other person has to reply?
Correct. Correct. Very nice question. So, first of all,
Shivang
the way,
always asks best quality questions. He's famous
true.
in DSP for that.
True. So to answer your question, I think the first thing is because I'm not very sure how frequently you would use LinkedIn. If you ask me, I use LinkedIn more than my WhatsApp. So that's how frequent I am on WhatsApp. So LinkedIn works on certain algorithm that how frequently are you there on LinkedIn. If you are a frequent user, LinkedIn will help you, which means, the first thing is that update your LinkedIn, be active on LinkedIn. Second thing. Third thing is that once you are on LinkedIn, start connecting with people of the desired role. For example, since you have mentioned about marketing and HR, start connecting with people of from different organizations within the same role, and start. Once you connect with them, once they accept your invite, start posting things. When I say posting things, probably if you say HR, let's say talk about recruitment, talk about what HR is, what are the different things from HR, different theories. Start posting things, and then you send a message to these people, and they will once first check your profile. If your profile is something that I would think that I should answer your question, I will answer, because that's how it works on LinkedIn. If you are, if I'm not able to see your face, if I don't know who you are, if I don't know your background, I will be least bothered to respond to you on LinkedIn. So first make your LinkedIn strong and then connect with people. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you for that valuable insight. But one more thing.
Yeah.
So, when I am making connections on LinkedIn, so most people say that you need to have 10,000 connections, you need to have 5,000 connections, 15,000 connections. Otherwise, as an HR or as a marketing expert or intern, people are not going to look at your LinkedIn profile. They are not going to be impressed. So is it more important to have important and useful people on LinkedIn, or is it better to just send a connection request to everyone?
Uh, okay. Now here I can sense two different questions. One is about the number of followers or number of connections that you have on LinkedIn. So if you ask me, that is not something that anyone would check. See, if you have 500 plus connections or if you have 50,000 plus connections, it doesn't matter. The more important thing is how strong your LinkedIn is. When I say strong, how frequent user you are, and second thing, how much update do you post on LinkedIn, and how much updated is your profile. If you are fulfilling these three conditions, great. Second thing, that people would not be interested if you don't have a lot of followers or connections. That's absolutely incorrect, because I have a lot of people in my LinkedIn connection who do not have even 100 connections, but their LinkedIn is really nice. So, and what was it? What was the next question? Sorry.
The other question is that how can we get strong network? How can we get strong connections as a student?
Okay. So, LinkedIn has a lot of filters. Once you search, let's say if you search by human resource or HR manager, that's the keyword that you add to the LinkedIn search. Once you hit enter, you will get a lot of options there with a lot of people, with a lot of jobs, with this word. So start adding people of those roles. For now, just add people. Do not send any cold message. Do not send any help message or something. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
I'm being muted automatically, I guess. Okay, so once you start using LinkedIn that way, possibly when you start adding people, and then when you start updating things on or content on LinkedIn, that's when your LinkedIn works as magic.
But Shivang, tell me, if we look at in the Zoom call, if you look at your Shivang Chaudhary co-host, the picture which you have put, Who will be in your network? People will be afraid of you.
Acha, out of all the things in the background, I'll make sure to get them in my
You
network
look
as soon as
deadly,
possible.
man. You look deadly. Skeleton with hood and See, Shiva, there are multiple school of thoughts around LinkedIn. My personal school of thought is that I need not share my biodata with everybody in the world. So if you go and search Dhyan Chauhan on LinkedIn, you will only get qualification, date of birth, and years of experience, nothing else. I do share with those people who matter. That is my school of thought. The My network on LinkedIn is only of the people whom I actually know. Now there are a lot of other people also who carry different school of thought. Like tomorrow morning, you may take a picture with Tanisha Chauhan, right, outside DSPSR and say that I'm so happy, glad to meet Tanisha Chauhan. She made my day, and big note around that and flash it on LinkedIn. The world will see that, oh, Shivang met Tanisha Chauhan. And then one day you will say, take a selfie in a market and say that I'm very happy today because I came to Zorawar market, and you flash that on LinkedIn, or you get some certificate in DSPSR. You say that I was recognized for my great efforts and appreciations for this and that. A lot of people do that also. That is also a school of thought. Neither of the school of thoughts are wrong. Neither of the school of thoughts are wrong. Okay. But the point is, LinkedIn is a meaningful networking site. The kind of people which you get on LinkedIn, that is the asset. They are serious people. So if you have done some research, you must publish that on your profile. If you have had a breakthrough idea, that must be published on LinkedIn, on your profile. And connect with those people whom you know. So as you get to know people in life, you keep adding your network. If you try to make your network balloon up in 3 days, 5 days, or a week, then you are actually not using the LinkedIn. You're not understanding what kind of asset and its properties are. Are you getting my point? In Facebook, if I don't know 10,000 people, I might as well connect with a lot of people in Pakistan, Afghanistan, or maybe boys who are posing as girls, and then share all my secrets of life with them. Then what's the point? That's not networking. Networking means Rishi Raja has come here today. Tomorrow we will have a dialogue. Third day we will have a friendship. Then fourth day, one of us will ask, may I add you to my network? They will agree. Then I will send the friend request. At random, if someone is HR head, if someone is ops head, if someone is vice president, if someone is director, and you keep pumping on sending request, why would he accept you यार? आपकी तो शक्ल भी इतनी डरावनी है डीपी में. भूत बना हुआ है, भूत के ऊपर उन्होंने हुड लगा रखा है. डर जाएगा वो, है कि नहीं? तो ऐसे नहीं होता लिंक्डइन में. नेटवर्किंग मीन्स वो आदमी आपके नेटवर्क में है, आपकी उससे बातचीत है, वो आपको पहचानता है, उसे कहता है नेटवर्क. वो बढ़ाना है आपको. लिंक्डइन मीनिंगफुल इसलिए है कि आपके नेटवर्क में क्या हो रहा है आपको रियल टाइम पता चलता रहेगा. पर स्कूल ऑफ थॉट दोनों पैरेलली चलेंगे. कुछ लोग एक्सप्लोसिव होंगे, कुछ लोग साइलेंट होंगे, आप ही के नेटवर्क में होंगे. कुछ लोग ऐसे होंगे जो डेली 5 पोस्ट करेंगे. मैं भी साइकिल चला रहा हूँ, अपनी मैं बहुत हेल्थ कॉन्शियस हो गया हूँ आज से, और आज से मैंने अपना डिसाइड कर लिया है कि मैं अपना वेट रिड्यूस करूंगा. एक बोलेगा देखो मैं डंबल उठा रहा हूँ, अब मैं बॉडी बना के दिखाऊंगा. कुछ कुछ करते रहेंगे. ऐसे भी होंगे जो कुछ बोलेंगे ही नहीं. तो इसको थोड़ा बैलेंस तरीके से देखा जाए. तो ऋषिराज ये कहने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, ही यूजेस लिंक्डइन अ लॉट, मींस दैट फॉर एग्जांपल कोई कैंडिडेट इंटरव्यू के लिए आया, ठीक है. अब वो कैंडिडेट हो सकता है फ्यूचर में, आज उसके पास स्किल्स नहीं है, पर 3 साल बाद हो सकता है वो जिस कंपनी में काम करके 3 साल बाद जो बन जाएगा तब हो, तब ऋषिराज कनेक्ट करके उसको वहां से उठा सकते हैं. ये उसकी बात हो रही है. नेटवर्क उसे कहते हैं. समझ आ गई बात? तनिषा, आपके भी समझ आ गई?
Yes, sir.
ओके, अगला क्वेश्चन किसका है?
So, hello Rishi,
हेलो
welcome
मैम।
back
हाय
to
डॉक्टर
welcome
मुक्ता,
back
क्या हाल
to
चाल है?
DSP. Good
थैंक
sir,
यू।
आप बताइए.
बस बस बैठे हुए हैं, आप तो दर्शन ही नहीं होते आपके।
नहीं सर, हर रोज होते हैं.
नहीं नहीं, अब उस पे रहती है ना, म्यूट पे, अब वीडियो ऑन ही
सर अब
करते हैं।
अपने बच्चे आते हैं ना तो ज्यादा एक प्राउड फील होता है, तो फिर होता है कि नहीं अब तो सामने आ ही जाओ बिल्कुल.
पूछिए ना, पूछिए।
जी सर. So how you feel right now to sit on the other side in this particular forum?
आई थिंक दिस इज द सेकंड
मैं तो
टाइम आई एम
बहुत
डूइंग।
प्राउड फील कर रही हूँ. So
मी
I
टू।
just want to, मैं तो मतलब तुम्हारा क्या फीलिंग है?
मुझसे अगर ऑनेस्टली पूछो तो वन इज कि ये ना बहुत लोगों का ड्रीम होता है कि उनके कॉलेज वाले उनको बोले एज अ गेस्ट स्पीकर बुलाएं and जो करंट जो उनके स्टूडेंट्स होता है उनको कोच करवाएं या फिर पॉसिबली अ क्वेश्चन आंसर वाला थिंग। सो दैट इज वन थिंग which of course is a big deal for everyone. And
So I
second,
hope you got to know that we having a Pansakha.
हाँ हाँ, या करेक्ट।
Okay, okay. That is the main. Huh? That is what you're mentoring. You're just mentioning it. Huh?
राइट। सो उसके अलावा आई थिंक मैंने ये पहले भी किया है डीएसपीएसआर के लिए। आई थिंक 2 या 3 साल पहले।
Okay. Online?
या ऑनलाइन सेशन
Okay.
कंडक्ट किया था क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग पे।
Okay. 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 So great. So proud of you. So, okay,
थैंक यू।
one question from my
हम्म।
side.
या
Actually, the company hire that the situations held in the last previous some in the months, year back, something. So, students join as an intern,
ओके।
and while they're selecting the interns, उनको प्रोफाइल था कि फाइनेंस का होगा या एचआर का होगा. एंड आफ्टर ज्वाइनिंग एंड आफ्टर 2 or 3 days दे गो फॉर दैट कि नहीं आपको तो सेल्स करना.
हम्म।
दे डायरेक्टली मूव टू की सेल्स. नाउ द स्टूडेंट्स नाउ द स्टूडेंट्स बट कि मैम हमें तो सेल्स अभी नहीं करनी है. प्रोफाइल हमारा फाइनेंस का था या एचआर के ऊपर दिया गया था, बट नाउ दे आर जस्ट मूविंग टू द सेल्स ओनली. वी डू नॉट वांट टू, एंड दे स्विच
ओके।
बैक. मतलब सेल्स तो हर जगह ही है, यू हैव टू डू. बट
हम्म।
आज के टाइम पे कि मैम हमें सेल्स ही नहीं करनी है, विदाउट एनी स्टाइपेंड वी डू नॉट वांट टू गो फॉर द इंटर्नशिप.
राइट।
देयर माइंडसेट. सो हाउ वी कैन मोटिवेट इट कि नहीं भाई, इंटर्नशिप आपका एक इंडस्ट्री का एक्सपोजर आपको मिल रहा है, नॉलेज आपको मिल रही है. इट इज नॉट कि आप पैसा तो आप आगे जाके कमा ही रहे हैं अपने पूरे आगे सालों में, बट नाउ
हम्म।
इट इज कि आप इंडस्ट्री में एंटर कर रहे हैं, आप नेटवर्किंग क्रिएट करेंगे, आप एक नॉलेज ले रहे हैं इंडस्ट्री की. सो दैट मैटर्स अ लॉट. हाउ वी कैन मोटिवेट इट? हम तो बहुत समझा समझा के थक गए हैं. सो यू आर गोइंग वेंट फ्रॉम द सेम पेज. सो आई जस्ट वांट टू कि आप कैसे हैंडल करेंगे.
सो मैम, सबसे पहले ना ऐसे केसेस में आई वुड टेल देम क्लियरली अबाउट द इंडस्ट्री एंड द मार्केट कि एक तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आज के टाइम पे अगर इंटर्नशिप मिल रही है दैट इज अ बिग डील। दैट इज वन। एंड सेकंड, अभी इफ आई क्योंकि बिकॉज आई ऑल्सो डू अ लॉट ऑफ कैंपस हायरिंग, I have noticed this as a fact in today's generation. I don't know. उनको पता ही नहीं होता है कि करना क्या है. That is one. मेरा को पता है वो ग्लॉसी बुक में लगता है इंटरव्यू लेना पड़ेगा मुझे एचआर बनने के बाद, and I will have the power to reject and select people. I will know about a lot of things. तो वो बुक्स में तो ग्लॉसी पिक्चर दिखता है एंड देन दैट्स व्हाट दे स्टार्ट ड्रीमिंग ऑफ. बट व्हेन दे डू द हैंड जॉब on certain things, that's when they realize कि नहीं यार, this was not something which I thought I would be interested in. तो even if it is sales, they should try it. क्या पता incentive ज़्यादा मिले, and that makes them more motivated and interested in sales, because in every company, in every sales profile, you get hell lot of incentives if you are able to crack sales. So if money is the one that motivates you or that excites you, then why not sales? तो ये तो उनको मैम एकदम ट्रू पिक्चर दिखाना पड़ता है।
ट्रू पिक्चर के लिए भी मतलब एंटर तो करना ही पड़ेगा ना. इफ यू डू
एंटर
नॉट
तो
एंटर
करना
के
पड़ेगा।
नहीं मतलब कि मुझे स्टाइपेंड नहीं मिलेगा, देन आई विल नॉट गो, और मैं वहां पर नहीं जाऊंगा या नहीं जाऊंगी. दैट इज अ मेजर वन कि व्हेन यू एंटर आपको मतलब एंटर करना ही इट इज अ मेजर टास्क, एक मेजर प्रोजेक्ट हो गया जो आपने अचीव कर लिया.
राइट राइट।
जो आज की मार्केट सिनेरियो है उसको देखते हुए, दैट यू सेड इट अर्लियर।
करेक्ट।
आज के जेंजी इज द मेजर, हमें एक डिफरेंट पीपल मिल रहे हैं जिनको समझना और अंडरस्टैंड कराना, इट इज अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट टास्क।
वेरी ट्रू। तो ये तो क्लियरली हम सबको ही बताना पड़ता है, हम लोग भी इवन। एंड दूसरा प्रॉब्लम ये कंपनीज के साथ भी है कि वो सच बताते नहीं है कि वो काम क्या करवाएंगे। तो इनफैक्ट मैंने भी जब इंटर्नशिप्स किया है बहुत सारे कंपनीज में, दैट्स व्हेन इवन आई वाज नॉट अवेयर कि करना क्या है। तो आई थिंक ये एक, एज एन इंटरव्यूअर या एज अ वन हु इज सिलेक्टिंग पीपल फॉर देयर टीम्स, दे शुड बी रिस्पॉन्सिबल इनफ टू टेल यू कि अच्छा आपको ये हायर करके हम लोग ये, दिस इज समथिंग दैट वी आर गोना आस्क यू टू डू, आर यू इंटरेस्टेड और नॉट, एंड पॉसिबली दैट इज समथिंग a lot of companies should do, which we are following here, luckily.
दैट्स गुड, दैट्स गुड। Okay, thank you so much, Rishi, from my side. Anybody else
I
have any
think
question?
Rishabh Bhatia wants to ask a question. Rishabh Bhatia, BBA third year. You will need help of Rishi. Rishabh Bhatia, your name is being called. Would you like to ask a question?
Yes, sir. Dhyan, sir, if you allow me, I.
What's a good name, madam? Acha, Ishita Kashyap. Oh, the great, the Ishita Kashyap. Please go ahead.
Uh, Sir, sorry, Rishi, I have the same questions related to Mukta ma'am, but a little bit different because my question was that most of these students come from middle class families where financial security is priority. So the students prioritize high paying job or even if the work is not fulfilling, or should they take risk for growth?
मैम सबसे पहले तो ना ये ना आजकल के बच्चों को समझना चाहिए कि देर इज नथिंग कॉल्ड ड्रीम जॉब। मतलब अगर आप मुझसे पूछो कि मेरा ड्रीम जॉब क्या है, तो मैं तो यही बोलूँगा मेरे को पायलट बनना था, जो मैं नहीं बन पाया। एंड आई एम गेसिंग मैं कभी लाइफ में बन भी नहीं सकता पायलट। अब आई एम एट दैट एज एंड दैट काइंड ऑफ एजुकेशन बैकग्राउंड कि मैं नहीं बन सकता पायलट। तो ये जो ड्रीम जॉब का जो ये होता है, आई डोंट नो व्हाई पीपल हैव दिस कंसेप्शन कि दिस इज माई ड्रीम जॉब और मुझे ये करना चाहिए। So this one clarity is something that every student should have. कि there is nothing called dream job. They should be open to do whatever they have been asked for. In fact, जैसे मेरी टीम में होता है कि a lot of times even for junior people I ensure कि even they are working in such a way कि reports बनाओ, ये graph बनाओ, ये graphics बनाओ, ये करो वो करो, so that they all learn, they all get to know things. ये सब तो freshers हो या experience हो, they all should be ready. और जहाँ रही बात about money and risk, it depends आप किस कर्व पे हो अपने लर्निंग टेन्योर के। फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आप मुझसे पूछो, तो लेट्स से 1 to 5 years के जो लोग एक्सपीरियंस वाले लोग होते हैं, आई थिंक दे शुड मोर फोकस ऑन ऑन लर्निंग what they are learning right now and not on money. But more than 5 years is possibly 5 to 8 years is something which I would say कि ठीक है, you can focus a bit more on money, but learning should again be a part of your forte. उसके बाद का जो bracket होता है 8 plus years, go for money. That's when you are in a position where you ask money and companies will give you, since you have learned a lot. तो ये रिस्क फैक्टर तो हर सबके लाइफ में आता है, एंड दे ऑल हैव टू एक्सेप्ट इट, बी इट वेयर एवर दे हैव स्टार्टेड। अगर आप मतलब मुक्ता में भी मेरी प्रोफेसर रह सके, आप उनसे पूछो मैंने कितने और जॉब्स भी किए हैं, एंड आई एम नॉट अशेम्ड ऑफ इट। मैंने खुद भी सेल्स किया, मैंने कस्टमर सर्विस भी किया, मैंने क्या क्या नहीं किया, आई डिड एवरीथिंग। एंड सो विथ योर एक्सपीरियंस एंड विथ एवरीथिंग, नाइस थिंग्स कम वुड कम।
अब आपने पता क्या किया ऋषि?
हाँ जी।
इशिता कल ही एक एप्लीकेशन डालेगी, डॉक्टर महेश जो डायरेक्टर है, कि नाउ आई हैव कंप्लीटेड दिस मेनी इयर्स, आई नीड मोर मनी। इनफ
सर ये
इज
मैंने
इनफ।
प्रोवोक नहीं किया।
नहीं नहीं, लर्निंग इज इनफ, इनफ लर्निंग हो गई मेरी, नो आई नीड मनी।
Okay, thank you, Rishi. Such a motivational answer for those students
थैंक यू मैम।
kind of questions.
He's such a charming, such a charming resource. I
So,
mean,
any
this is very
participants would
impressive.
like to ask?
थैंक यू सर।
Anybody, any question? Rishi, in which area of Bangalore do you live?
I am near the airport.
Okay. So thank God you're out of those that travel
Okay,
jam
Shivam.
and pollution
True.
and water problems and
True.
yeah, Lanka side is still better, but if you go to the interiors, central Mumbai and South Mumbai, sorry, central Bangalore, South Bangalore, conditions are very bad. I have two properties on one is in Silk Board, HSR layout, and one is in Electronic City. My God, kind of conditions people are living in there. I sometimes go to visit those properties. It's pathetic. But when I purchased, it was a lot of greenery.
Right. ECT used to be the one like that.
There were lakes just from the balcony. I used to see a lake, big lake. Now all that lake fake has gone become thing of the past. There are buildings and no water,
True. True.
and traffic jams are like to travel 10 kilometers, you take 3 hours.
Traffic is
इसमें
horrible in Bangalore.
इसमें एक जोक भी है कि मैं बैंगलोर में रहता हूँ, मैं अपने दोस्त को एयरपोर्ट ड्रॉप करने गया, छोड़ के वो दुबई जा रहा था, और वो तो दुबई पहुंच गया और मैं अभी भी इंदिरा नगर में फंसा हुआ हूँ।
बट दिस इज फेयरली पॉसिबल। ये तो मैं बोलूंगा सर जोक है ही नहीं, ये तो सच है। ये पॉसिबल है।
मेरा दोस्त दुबई पहुंच गया, मैं इंदिरा नगर में फंसा हुआ हूँ।
राइट।
Okay, I think we don't have any more questions. Who is the person who will give vote of thanks, please?
That will be me.
Oh, very good. So you must ask
So,
that golden question. May I start, please, sir?
Arre,
Come on, yeah. Start. Come on, take it
chalo,
on.
if no one has any more questions, then we are going to wind up the session. So, we are truly grateful for the presence of our distinguished speaker, Mr. Rishi Raj Kohli, sir, who has joined us to share his wisdom and experiences. On behalf of DSPSR, I sincerely thank you for being with us today, and our moderator, Ms. Tanisha, for taking up the responsibility to conduct the session so gracefully. My gratitude also goes to our respected dignitaries, faculty members, and my fellow students for making this event possible. I hope this was insightful and enriching for all the students. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
everybody. Signing
Thank
off.
you,
Bye bye.
everyone.